Hi tribe, welcome to video number 7. I'm glad to be here. My day is awesome. The sun is out again here. It hasn't rained in, I don't know, but it keeps feeling good. Things are growing. We keep watering and things are growing. Just like me, just like you hopefully, growing is becoming part of your life, right? Part of growing, I think there's a big question you may want to ask yourself. I remember asking myself this question about 1.5 years ago. It was with a mentor, and it was a worksheet, a little work session on legacy, right? It can be a very scary word. Big question. What will I leave behind? What will be my legacy when I'm not here? What happens to the people after me? Do I leave anything? Are my thoughts still present? My actions? Did they mean something, right? Did you help people? Is your name, at the end of the day, clean? So go ahead, ask yourself this question. What is your legacy? It can be a very powerful chance to initiate change. It can motivate you, especially, if your legacy is what you will leave to your children, not financially, but behaviorally, emotionally, right? So today I set up here because legacy, my daughter, this is her little playground here at home, and you really have to decide that what you decide to do in the now, it will greatly impact your relationships and your future. For sure, your legacy will be determined by what you do, what you think, and what you say. Who will we remember you for? What will we remember you for? Go ahead, man. Ask them. What will you leave behind? What will you remember for? So these are types of questions that can fuel your change and initiate a want, a desire to do something else or differently with the time you have left, because we're all numbered here. All right, reflection on SFM journey. It's been very interesting. Video number 7 today. So within 6 days, I've acquired a specified knowledge, is what I like to call it. It's a knowledge that can only be learned in a specific way if you do specific actions, right? If you practice stuff. So acquiring knowledge in business, video editing, video placement, creativity, script writing, what you do with your hands when you talk. Am I too twitchy here? So you keep evolving. Everything gets better every day because you learn the mistakes, or the not huge mistakes, but little things you didn't know. Like yesterday's video started with a audio track of a song from Dark Side of the Moon from Pink Floyd, Eclipse. As soon as I uploaded my video to Facebook, I learned something. Copyrighted music cannot be used on Facebook. Great. So then I went back to, okay, how do I get this up? I have to edit this. So I'm finding an editor, right? A little online this. 5 editors later, finally find something that could just chop my video in half so I can upload the good parts. Right? So I'm continually learning these things, and these mistakes cannot affect my drive. I can't let that get me down, because it's actually something very useful. Right? To get better, you have to accept your mistakes and find a way to change your patterns to not end up in the same place, of course. So these mistakes are fueling my change, and I'm being able to create a new life for myself, a new life for my wife, my family, and is the mission I'm on. And making sure that the next 40 to 50 years, my time, my energy, and the way I live represents who I want to be, and leaves something behind for others that is positive. Great. What I learned from yesterday: my creative ideas are usually very good. Somehow I should trust them more. I should use my intuition. I use it all the time, but I think on creativity, it's something that was always hindered or stopped. Like, it's not, people sometimes don't want creativity, don't want you to be creative, because it destabilizes stuff. So creativity for me is something that's kind of new for me, in a way, in the sense that I can use it for my life. I was creative in all this, right? But using it to advance your life, who you are, is a very, very special thing. So never, I will start to never second guess my intuition. I'll figure it out later if I was wrong, but I should always test it, meditate on it, but go and see what that intuition is telling me what to do. Gratitude. The gratitude for today is having a chance as a human to create, educate a new human being, right? The power you can have, the power you can reach when you realize and you think, I'm responsible for this human, not just to feed it, but to also to create its life. What it hears, sees, and tastes, and all of those senses as yesterday, that's what their life becomes. It creates the life. So we're not just creating human life, we're creating, as parents, a social life, a financial life, a life of many, many facets. So if you can realize, if you can touch and go and see what are the important things I would like my child to know in all these areas, then that becomes your job and your future. And you must see it in a way to, one, you will improve yourself, that's for sure. But what will happen is, you have a chance to improve another life, or many lives. And by doing that, by knowing the importance of what you leave behind, motivates you to make sure what you leave behind will be satisfactory. So one way is definitely your children. Hopefully, definitely, the children should be there after us. And the way they remember us, the way they act because of us, something that goes into the future and that can be downloaded into their children and their children's children. So what you're doing now is extremely important, and the gratitude for today is having the chance to actually experience the power of being responsible like that, of having that responsibility to create and educate a new human being. Plans for the day, focuses and goals. Video is happening right now. My ad has been placed a little bit before. Changing up some stuff again today in my schedule, but everything still gets done, and we're still going strong. Today is a growth day. I had my energy day the other day. Today is this growth. We're going to learn stuff. We're just going to relax. Lots and lots of meditation. Focus. I'm focused on one little change that I'm trying to implement, and things are getting clearer. I'm getting messages. I'm getting ideas of why it's important and how I'm going to handle that situation. Some creativity today and a big dose of mindfulness into my day. I'm trying to stay present in the moment, in this day, trying not to go to the past or the future. And I'm trying to, in this way, I can stay present in what I'm doing and go and check out my emotions about it, my perceptions about my feelings of the day, or where I'm going. I'm thinking of feelings, right? So it's a feeling, emotion, perception day to see if I'm on the right track and see where I want myself to go. So sometimes it's good to step back, right? So tool of the day is mindfulness. We hear about it, you've heard about it, I'm sure. You may not know what it is, you may have an idea, there's no specific, I haven't ran into a specific explanation. So here's mine, all right? So mindfulness to me is staying in the present moment. It's kind of watching yourself doing what you're doing. You're not thinking of what you didn't say to your child. You're not thinking of stuff you didn't do at work. You're thinking of drinking and tasting and smelling and feeling the warmth of a coffee or a cup of tea, right? So if you can stay present in each moment you're having, it's very tough. You can, it seems like you have a day where your worries weren't there. You know, you seem to be happy because you weren't living in the past or the future. You appreciate the things you're doing. You can start thanking things. You know, when you thank things or people, you're not worried. You're not thinking of your stuff. Okay, you should, and when you're mindful, you kind of start realizing the impact of your behavior on yourself and on others, right? You seem to enjoy the passing moments. It helps you to forget things you have to do, and the constant thinking about the past and the future. We will think I will think of what the day means to me and how it will impact my personal journey, as I mentioned. And quick little things that activate mindfulness. Meditation activates mindfulness. Yoga activates mindfulness. In yoga, if you have to be concentrated on that hold, that position, or that movement, you're only thinking of that body movement. In meditation, you're thinking of well, whatever guided meditation you're doing, you decide what you think about, but it's usually not about your problems or the past or the future. Woo! A little shaky today. What are you going to do? All right. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me and thank you. I will see you tomorrow. Please comment, engage, share if you like. Video number 8 is tomorrow. Ciao.